To our interactive segment here on Daybreak on Trust TV, where your voice matters. At this point, we get to hear your opinion on our topic of discussion. Now, before we left off, I said we're going to be looking at the rising cost of living. So let's get right in now. As the economy continues to evolve, many Nigerians are feeling the pinch. Just last week, the cost of fuel was increased to 1,030 naira in the FCT. And currently, I think I bought fuel this morning at 1,101, yes, in Abuja here. In the different filling stations, some filling stations are selling at 1,200, and outside Abuja, we have some selling as much as 1,400. Now, think of the ripple effect that would have on transportation costs for even within the FCT and within where you are staying. Interstate travels, I'm sure transportation has really skyrocketed. This will in turn affect the cost of goods and services because these goods are going to be transported from one place to another. And this has in turn seen a hike in the cost of food, commodities, and essentials that Nigerians could afford before. So today we are asking, what everyday goods are no longer affordable to you? What are those things that you would afford closing your eyes, and at this point in time it seems like a luxury to you? The phone lines are open. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, from eggs, rice and other staple food items, transportation to healthcare, even education, we want to hear from you. At this point, someone said it is really too expensive to fall sick in Nigeria, and a medical doctor sometime last week on social media came out to complain that people are now resorting to herbal medicines because of the cost of medication. I got antibiotics, and this is an antibiotics I would get for maybe 1,000 naira or 700 naira, and I got it at 5,000 naira. How many Nigerians can afford to buy antibiotics 5,000 naira for medication, and when they've probably not eaten for the day? So all these are questions that are on the lips of Nigerians. Where are we headed? What are those items that you could afford before without thinking twice that seems like a luxury to you, or you have to think before bringing out the money to buy it? What essentials have become luxuries in your home? And how are you coping with the increasing cost of living? At this point, we would love to hear what solutions do you think can alleviate this financial strain. So call us now and text us to the numbers that are displayed on your screen. Share your experiences, and if you have found alternatives, please do share it with some Nigerians, because we'd love to know what alternative have you found to rice or medication or education. If you have found alternatives to some certain luxuries like egg or fish. Even fish is expensive, food items are expensive, but some people have found alternatives. So we want to know what alternative you have found. If you don't mind sharing it, and also give suggestions to policymakers and business leaders, and the challenges you're facing in making ends meet. This is affecting everyone at this point in time. But let's take this call. Our first caller for the day. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Mohammed Kangio. I'm calling from Bauchi.
Mohammed, thank you for joining us from Bauchi. How is Bauchi this morning?
Bauchi is fine.
All right. So share your thoughts with us. What are those essentials that have become luxury for you, and how are you coping?
The cost of living in Bauchi is getting out of control. Hello, sir. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, it's getting out of control every day, especially in terms of food items. Everything is going on this thing. If you went to market, you bought maybe you bought something at the rate of 100 naira. When you go back tomorrow, you won't be able to buy it on that 100 naira. Will end up maybe coming back like that, or you see. But this is very, very decent. The cost of living is just this. It's very unfortunate. So please, government should look into this issue and do something urgently, please.
All right. So
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us. I wanted to ask a question. So what are those items you've decided to let go of, at this point in time? Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
It's just the food items in the market, like in the north here, is solely maize, rice, beans, and this. So rice now is home this. Even though hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay, I think we lost our caller there, but he was trying to talk about, the cost of rice in the market. And I got to realize that we used to buy a half bag of rice at 25 kg, I think at 25,000 sometime last year. And at the moment, it's going towards 50,000, meaning a bag of rice is 100,000 naira. That is way more than the minimum wage. And it for every time I hear that, I'm like, how are people surviving? Like he said, you go to the markets today, you buy something at 100 naira, and when you come back, you're not buying it at 150, you're buying it at 200, most likely 300 naira. Cost of transportation, that very day when they increased the pump price, that very day transportation added, and it was alarming. Let's take this call now. Good morning, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, good morning, I can hear you. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I said that I'm Shaibu Mohammed from Borno State here, Southern Borno. Thank you.
All right.
I wanted to comment a little about the country. But presently now, what I will even feel myself with it, I don't have. The country is, corruption has become over and over. So we are praying for Lord, both Christian and Muslims should rise up our hands to God. We'll turn back to God so that God should assist us in all this type of vision. Politicians have killed all of us. So I'm praying for God to prolong your life and prosperity and help you to assist us, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Saidu. That's why we have this opportunity and this platform where Nigerians can air their voice. This is a moment where we tell you that your voice matters. And beyond, yes, we understand that, we're praying to God. Nigerians are really religious people, and it's a good thing. Nobody said it's a great thing. But while we're at that, God has given us will to elect the right leaders. What are we doing with that? Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, good morning. I can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Lilian. My name is Shetima Yakudima, calling from Maiduguri.
Shetima, it's good to have you with us this morning. How is Maiduguri today?
You see, I am in support with my brother that dropped the phone just now from Borno South.
Yeah.
You see, the only answer to this Nigerian problem, because it already goes out of hand, what we will do is we support for prayer. We should pray hard. Honestly, our problem is only Almighty Allah will solve the problem. Because these leaders, we have no confidence on them. Each and every day, things are going worse and worse. We have been pushed to the wall, and now the wall have break. We are out of the wall. We have no anything left us unless to submit our problems to God, so that God will intervene. Because this thing that we are seeing is just like play. Someone will feel happy that he's thinking that he is rich, he will draw the line between the rich and the poor. Now the thing is consuming the rich class. No one is prepared. Because now you can imagine what is egg. One egg is selling 200 naira. An egg, one egg. You can imagine this. The rich class, they can no longer buy the eggs and fry in their homes and eat it. They go back eating maize like the poor masses. And the marketers, they are thinking that they are looting the citizens. The time will come, with your capital you cannot buy things to come and put it in your shop if care is not taken. So all these things we have to pray hard. And I'm always saying we should desist from money politics. Money politics is the one that caused all this problem to us. Thank you so much, Lilian.
All right, thank you, Shatima. Thank you, Shatima. You didn't get to tell us how you're coping, but I think you have pretty much said it all. That the cost of egg, I didn't even want to touch on that because that's a conversation we're going to double on, later in the course of the show. I remember there was a time where I used to buy egg for 15 naira, 10 naira, then it got to 13 naira, and that was fine. But he said 200 in my area. One egg is 250 naira, and a crate of egg is, I think, 6,005 thereabouts. And I was shocked. I didn't even buy. I actually just got half crate, and I said, you know what, we need to figure a way around this. But yes, the cost of living is becoming something else. And I love the fact people are coming out and say we should pray, we should pray, we should pray. Yes, we should pray, but at the same time, I keep saying this, God has given us the will to vote the right leaders. Come election, Nigerians seem to forget what the country used to be like before these leaders came in, and you still end up accepting money from these people and voting from the same people. No doubt would say that, oh, because they've impoverished the people, hence they're going to use money politics. But you still have the will to say no to that money at that moment, as opposed to 4 years of suffering after that money. But let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I am Mr. Francis Oma from Boko, Benue State.
Francis Oma from Boko. How is Boko this morning?
No, we're having rainy season. It's raining, has been raining throughout the night, and it's still raining.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. All right, so tell us, what essentials have become luxury to you, and how are you coping with the cost of things in the country today?
Eggs are luxury, rice is luxury, beans is luxury. In fact, I have deleted them from my menu. Somebody was even saying there that he buys eggs in his place 200 naira. Here is 250 naira. In fact, it's about going to 300 naira per egg. So it is really very terrible here. You go in the morning, the price is different. Go in the afternoon, the price is different. Go in the evening, the price is different. And somebody was talking about cash politics. It's not just cash politics. Religious politics, tribal politics must be deleted before we free ourselves from the slavery of these people. Are you still with me?
Yes, I am. I can hear you, sir.
Yes. So these are the things. These are the.
Hello. We lost our caller there from Boko. Please, I look forward to hearing you complete your thoughts. He made mention of cash politics, religious and tribal bigotry. These are what these politicians are using to divide Nigerians. And I think it's about time Nigerians wake up and see beyond this. Truly, we are one Nigeria. Because if these politicians are not putting this divide, Nigerians can coexist peacefully and open their eyes and vote the right leaders. Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, this is Garba calling from Makodi, Benue State.
Okay, I didn't get your name, but I know you're calling from Makodi. Do you mind telling us your name again? Garba. All right, Garba. Thank you very much for joining us. So tell us, how are you coping with the cost of, increasing commodities in the country, and what essentials have you had to let go of?
Honestly, let me say to you, anybody that is living in Nigeria, whether you are living in Arroch, you are living in Kanamoda, or you are living in Malaysia, anywhere living in Nigeria is affecting you directly or indirectly, regardless of which class you are. There is no average Nigerian now. We are all poor. It's only the elite that are in corridor of power they are rich now that they can live. Let me tell you, go to the market as the last caller said. The price that you meet in the morning is different in the afternoon and in the evening. I'm suggesting something to the federal government. The removal of fuel subsidy is not solve the problem, rather than increase the problem. Let me be honest with you. Let's be sincere to ourselves. Someone should pinpoint something tangible that the government do when they remove the subsidy. No. Rather than jeopardizing Nigeria into hardship, misery, destitution, hunger, and hopelessness. Let me even shock you. Go and do your research. Just think we are journalists, daily trust you people are trying. Go and make your research. Some of our rice mills are closing in the country. Some of our factories are closing because of inflation. They cannot run it. They cannot buy diesel. They cannot run the business. We are more or less adding problems to our problems. What IMF, World Bank are telling us cannot give us food in the table. Maybe we can say to ourselves, all the policies that the government implement are showing negative. Nothing is working. Maybe we can say it's not about sentiment or anything. That's the gospel truth. More people are going into poverty. High rate of unemployment, criminality increasing. The president needs to do the needful. Removing of subsidies did not solve any problem, rather than increasing our problem. We experimented and see now. You cannot afford to take your child to school. You cannot afford to pay your child school fees. You cannot afford to travel. You cannot afford to go to your farm. I can go on and on and on and on and on. You are talking of price of egg. Egg is a luxury product now. Rice is a luxury product now. Beef is a luxury product now. Corn is a luxury product now. What man can eat now? Ask yourself this question. What are we talking about? If you keep on following IMF, World Bank, the next day you wake up, Nigeria will get bombed. This one is a lot of wise. Have a nice day over there.
All right. Thank you there, Garba, for sharing your thoughts with us. Your thoughts really did touch. It's sad that the average Nigerian can't even afford food on their table. It's a different thing for the politicians to be doing what they want, but when it comes to food, medication, healthcare, education, the basics that are essential for survival, you're taking it away from the people. It's worth talking about. So thank you very much for calling. Our phone lines are still open and would love to hear from people. What are those essentials you've had to let go of that have suddenly become luxury to you? How are you coping with the increasing cost every day? How does this make you feel? Share your thoughts with us. Let's hope that, we know that the government is listening. Let's hope they are hearing and not just listening. Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, and please, can you turn down the volume of your TV sets and talk to us through your phone so we could hear you? If you're calling, hello, good morning. Okay. Good morning, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning. My name is Kodobayi. I can hear you very loud and clear.
All right, please turn down the volume. I can see you're trying to hear me from your TV set. I can hear you. So I need you to step away and talk to me and hear me through your phone. Then tell me your name and where you're calling from.
I'm hearing you from my phone presently.
All right. So go ahead. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. I
am calling from Taraba State. My name is Rafa Salistus.
Okay. Go ahead. What's your thought?
There are many things that today we abandon because of the issue and the challenges we are passing through in this nation. Are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, I can remember last year in the year 2001, I can vividly remember that 10,000 naira can cost so many things for me here in Jalingo. Because with the 10,000 naira, I can send my wife to the market. She can get me 2 noodles of rice, 2 noodles of beans, 2 noodles of garlic, and some other things. But today, and in fact, I don't even include 5 tubers of yam in that 10,000. Mm-hmm. But today, I have scrapped yam away from my house. I forgot 1 life and 8 yam. Because now, without including 8 to 10,000 naira, you can't afford 5 tubers of yam the way they sell it in the market. And secondly, beans, I have removed it from my house. I've forgotten 1 life I bought beans. Because beans now, if you're not holding 4,500 naira to 5,000, you can't buy beans in the market. And now, each noodles of rice now is 3,500 to 4,000 naira. So you only manage the rice and now, in fact, even the gari, I have also removed it. What I buy is to also eat like the house and then buy corn, ground it and eat. This is what we do now. So we have scrapped so many things. So it makes people in fact, so many deaths are happening in this nation simply because of what we eat. Okay, now, we that we are in handwork, we that we are in work, many of our customers have parked their car because all they do is out another electrician. So many people park their car. We have to get work to do because 80 to 90% of our customers can't even afford to buy fuel to drive their car. Anyone that can monitor will really be using their car Sunday because of going to church. Even the person that was saying that he bought egg at the rate of 200 naira, he's even cheap there because I paid him 250.
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, we lost the caller. I can hear you. I could hear you loud and clear. And I understand when he said with 10,000 naira, then you would stock up your kitchen real nice. You buy your gari, tumudu, you buy rice, you buy beans, you buy, yeah. I can't even remember the last time I got yam. Because first of all, yam is out of it, and eating it is like, okay, so why am I spending that much to buy something that I don't really enjoy in the first place? But yam is really expensive for people who really enjoy yam and has that part of us and have it in their house as part of a staple food. It's really expensive. It still brings me back down to here we are as Nigerians complaining today. And then when it is time for the next election, people will be reluctant to get their voters card because they feel their vote will not count. People will accept money and claim that this is what has been paid for and they just need the money to survive. They'll end up voting for that person. They will sell their right. I'll continue this train of thought right after this call. Good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from? Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. All right, we lost the caller, but do well to call. We would love to hear your thoughts. Now, back to what I was saying. I said when it comes to election period, people seem to forget completely what the country was like before we elect these leaders back in. They come back with all sort of campaign promises that are not issue-based. And Nigerians forget that we were suffering before then. They come back with money, and people decide that because of the initial issue they have to face, they take that money and they sell their vote, forgetting that there's 4 years to live with this government that gave you 10,000 naira and a bag of rice. Yes, we understand that poverty and hunger comes to play. Put all of this and you end up putting this people back in power. That bag of rice will finish before they are done with the voting period and election comes up. Before the swearing in, the bag of rice has finished and we start living in the reality of the country again. Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, good morning. I can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Gabriel. I'm calling from Daybreak State.
Oh, your name is Jonah?
Gabriel.
All right, Gabriel, thank you for joining us. Go ahead with your thoughts. What are those essentials that have become luxuries to you? What alternatives have you created and how are you coping?
As a matter of fact, there is no any alternative. There's no any alternative. Recently, I told my children that the doctor said they should not be eating egg again because of how expensive it is. There's nothing. Nigeria, I think we are going to the dungeon, and we have to act fast and save ourselves. We need to act fast. There's none of the sector is working in Nigeria. Everything is down, and we impose this on ourselves. Just this morning I was discussing with my friend. I told you that the cultists, the kind of cultists that our leader John, the demon that possess them is too much. They don't want anything good in the citizen. They don't know how we are feeling. They don't care to know. All they are after is themselves and their children. And the worst of it, even we the citizens, we are still imposing the suffering on ourselves. Look at the farmer, for instance. They will be the one to cause artificial scarcity. Instead of them to release the product, the farm product, they will go and store it. And people will be suffering. There is enough, we have family in Nigeria. Rice, for instance. Why? We need to act fast. Because whatever we believe in, either we believe in Muhammad or we believe in Jesus Christ, if the way we are going, they cannot even save Nigeria. Except we, the citizens, the poor, the we that is suffering, we decide to take the ball by our hands and act fast. Enough is enough. We are suffering.
All right.
We are rich. God bless us. We are endowed with so much natural resources. Are we supposed to be suffering the way we are suffering? Who did this to us? Why? Are they not seeing what is happening in other countries? They used to go there for vacation. If the country is like, would I be going there? Can't we build our own? And the funniest thing, people who have the free mind, the free will to make things happen, they will not allow them to go. Nigeria, we are suffering, and we need to salvage it by ourselves.
All right, thank you, Gabriel. Thank you there for that call to action. He said, it is only Nigerians that can save Nigeria. And it still brings it back to what I was saying. Nigerians should unite and speak with one voice. When it comes to election period, with one voice, do the right thing and shun money politics and, refuse the money and vote for the right leaders. Ignore tribalism, ignore religious bigotry, ignore all of that and vote the right leader that would serve everybody. Because when the suffering is happening, it cuts across board. It doesn't just go to selected few. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. My name is Rahimat. I'm calling from Jos.
Halimat, thank you for joining us.
Rahimat.
Rahimat?
Yes.
Oh, Rahimat, you're our first female caller this morning. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead with your thoughts. What are those essentials that have become luxuries to you as a Nigerian?
Especially egg. Egg is so expensive now that I don't even know when last we eat egg in my house. The thing is too much. My children have been complaining. Even beans that I love so much, I cannot afford it again just because of the expensive. Things are getting too much. We need Nigeria government to do something about it. Beans that we used to buy 300, 200 naira a mudu before, it's now 3,000 naira. Things are getting too much. We need Nigeria government to do something fast. Please.
All right, thank you very much, Rahimat. It's sad as a mother. You see that you cannot, provide essentials and basic necessities for your children. It's quite painful. I don't even want to talk about how it feels for the father. You want to provide for your children, even if you can't afford the best, but give them quality. Let them eat well, let them feed well, let them grow healthy. That way you would avoid medical expenses. But you can't feed them well and you can't afford the cost of medication in the country at the moment. I mean, what do the government really want from the people at this point in time? What do they really want from them? Are they even listening to Nigerians? Every time the president comes out to say, oh, I have heard you, but these are tough reforms that we need to go on with. And it's like, are you listening to the people? You have heard them, but are you listening to them? Can you feel the pains the people are going through? Yes, the reforms are tough, the decisions are tough, and you say it's for the right reason. But how are the people, would there be people alive to govern when you're done with the reforms? That's a question. Nigerians are going through a lot every day. The cost of living is alarming. Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I want to contribute to the program going on the television.
All right, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
So, I saw the Daybreak, cost of living. Is it a different program? Because I saw the line display.
Okay, tell us your name first and where you're calling from.
My name is Hassan Kabiru Ibrahim. I'm calling from Papi.
Oh, Hassan Kabiru, thank you. Now, we're talking about the cost of living and we're asking Nigerians what essentials have become luxury to you. How are you coping and what alternative have you found?
All our luxury, it is not funny. It's no longer funny. To beginning with, I want to tell you that, look, I regret to be a Nigerian.
Okay.
And I pray my next generation, if there is generation, will never return to Nigeria. Nigeria is a failed state. Take it or leave it. Do you know how we are failing? When you bear children, God gives you children, you bring them to life, and you can no longer care for them. You can't feed them. You can't clothe them. You can't transport. You can't visit your mother. And you think Nigeria still exists? Honestly, the media are not even helping the situation. If they do, by now, Nigeria should be shut down.
Okay, as you can see, the media, we have given you an opportunity to speak and air your opinion.
Yes,
and we hope that your opinion should be guided.
Other people are not doing this. I want to thank you for that.
Okay, so while we're giving the platform, sorry, I didn't get your name. While we're giving the platform, we hope that your opinions should be guided. We understand that emotions are out and people are angry, but while putting out that emotion and opinion, let's be guided with our choice of words. It's okay to express yourself, but our choice of words should be guided, please.
If at this point I cannot even feed myself, I will be very glad I said my mind and get relief a little bit. You understand?
Yeah, while you're saying your mind, your choice of words should matter.
Listen to me. Please listen to me. You give me the audience.
Okay, so at this point, what is the way forward?
I am telling you, there is nothing like going forward. Every day, this government keep lying to Nigeria. See, I am a public servant, madam. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you.
Give me audience a bit. People will learn from what I'm saying.
We hope you have the right information with facts.
Nigeria.
Okay.
I don't have apology for that. In my next generation, I will not return to Nigeria. You understand? Let me tell you, if I have my way, you understand? What I'm trying to tell you is that Nigeria has gone down. You have a children, you can't feed them, you can't clothe them. You understand? I own a car. I can't let. Do you know how much is a battery of a car? It's running to 100,000 naira. Do you know how much is a liter of engine oil? It's about 4,500. Before this government came in, this is what we buy for 750 naira. So what are we saying? Now we are on egg, a diesel you can't buy, fuel you can't buy. Let me tell you, this government you are seeing, honestly, if you are not careful, you will pay before you sleep with your wife.
All right. Do you have your voter's card?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Did vote count?
That is the mentality we have that has made Nigeria not unify with one voice.
Did vote count? Are you taking away from Kogi, Sosu, or Edo?
Okay, so at this point, it can't be all that bad. There has to be a way forward. There has to be light at the end of the tunnel. You cannot say it's completely hopeless, otherwise you will not be in Nigeria at the moment.
Madam, can you listen to me? It's beyond bad. I'm a government worker. Do you know why I'm sitting at home today? You don't know. Even the government is feeling the heat because they don't have direction. I am a government worker. Do you know why I'm at home now? Because the government also cannot even cope. They don't have direction. I'm supposed to be at work on Monday morning, but because the government cannot afford to pay us, they now say we should be skipping the work. Is that economic drive or what? Are we going back or front? You understand? You are paying me less than 50,000 naira, and you are selling fuel 1,000 plus. So in a week, I bought fuel up to 30 or 40,000, and you are paying me 50,000 naira. And you said you want to fight corruption. You are selling a bag of rice 100,000. You are paying minimum wage 70,000, and others cannot even pay. I'm not sure if you are part of the minimum wage, madam. Nigeria is a failed state.
All right. Thank you for your opinion. Like we said, it's your opinion. Thank you for your opinion on the show this morning. Well, it is his opinion, and as Trust TV, we have, although we open up the phone lines for Nigerians to air their opinion, it does not reflect the stance of Trust TV in any way. So yes, that is his opinion, and yes, thank you for calling. Well, I think we're looking towards wrapping up towards the end of this segment. But before we go, I would say that in as much as Nigerians are upset about the things that are happening in the country, in as much as the country is not going the way Nigerians want, in as much as life is really difficult for people, I could feel his pain, I could feel his frustration, and it stems from what is happening in the country today. let's not lose hope. That this Nigeria at the end of the day, it belongs to us. The Nigeria is ours. So let's not lose hope that Nigeria would be, let's not even overemphasize and say great. No, Nigeria would be better. Let's not lose hope that we can create a better Nigeria for our children. Let's not lose hope that, we could build something better for our children out of the chaos that is going on at the moment. Nigeria is not a failed state. Nigeria can be built again. Nigeria could be rebuilt again. That is why I asked if he has his voter's card. And he still has the mentality that our votes don't count. That is the mentality that the politicians are riding on to make sure Nigerians don't come out en masse to vote. I promise you, if we come out en masse to vote with one voice, that election and that vote would count, because Nigerians would come out en masse to vote. Shun money politics, ignore the money, ignore the common, ignore the things they are bringing, and do the right thing. Because at the end of the day, you have 4 years to live with these people and the policies they put in place to endure. This is the result of what was done in the last election, because people did not think their vote would count, because people allowed religion and tribalism to take place. It's not from my village, it's from my village. All of that happened, and this is where we are today. This is only going to repeat itself if the same thing keeps happening year in, year out, at every election period that happens. This is going to keep happening. So at the end of the day, Nigeria will be great again if Nigerians do the right thing with one voice. Well, we've come to the end of this phone-in segment. Unfortunately, very definitely we'll open the phone lines again every day. We do that every day. So yes, if you're new, we open up the phone lines every day where we talk about a topic. So don't go anywhere. We'll get into the discussion segment right after the break. Do stay.